Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have a bunch of new best teams for the Dauntless squad that we're going to be talking about. If you zoom in here you can actually see we're at 109.8 billion damage, rank 1 in our district, and very close to that 110 billion damage mark, but not quite able to get there. There's a new overall top team and then there are new best teams even if you're missing out on Athalia, for example. Okay, we're going to begin with the most free-to-play friendly teams using no Natsu and no Athalia. If you don't have these two heroes, you want to pick one of these two teams you see in front of you. If you have Reese, you can go for the 105 billion damage team that you see here. I'm going to show you that. It will be team number 1, Blade Summon Artifact. This is really important. You need to run Blade Summon on team number 1. And you can have Odie and Smokey on the faction tiles, Elsa here as well. And as for the charms, it is going to be standard. I'll probably have it on the left. You can just copy the charms down there. But Elsa overloaded and Odie on the Gale charms. And you can refine Odie's charms because he's a key damage contributor. For the team number 2, it's a physical team with Reese. If you have Reese built up and for example, you can run this, then you can go for it. And I got the best results with Arcane charms on the set. However, Mystic, Acute, they do very similar as well. Mystic, Acute, or Arcane. These are all good charm options for set. Whichever one you have, you can stick with it. But people were saying Arcane might be the best, so I was doing testing. Mystic with the Kruger and Butcher charms onto the Reese with the harmonic spell, and you can get a very good score, 105 billion damage, which is no joke. Now if you don't have Reese, that's fine, then you can go for this 104 billion damage team comp, and very similar in score, using Citrana. Now Citrana is going to contribute a decent amount of damage for her charms. Try to give her the Butcher charms. Seth is also on the faction tile. I have him on the Arcane charms. However, you can again run Mystic or Acute. There isn't that much of a difference. Arcane onto Mikola, Mystic onto Shakir, and Mystic onto Kruger. And in this team, either you can have Odie and Elsa like swapped in position, like Odie on the right, Elsa on the left. I don't think it really makes much of a difference. Yeah, so that is basically the same. And Smokey here to buff up the team and deal his damage and heal them up. And Odie with the Gale charms and refine them if possible, because look at the damage output. And also if you can refine Elsa's charms, that is also going to help your damage score if you're running a team like this. Okay, so those are the free-to-play teams. Now, there is an amazing team which Riketsi has come up with, which I was really impressed with. You would not expect that a no Athalia team is getting such a great score. So we have it right here, 109 billion damage with no Athalia on it, just using Natsu. So this is still fairly free-to-play friendly because it's not relying on Celestial Hypogeans, but it would rely, of course, on you building up Natsu. But if you did recruit for him, then this is probably going to be the top team. And even with the Supreme plus 10 exclusive equipment Natsu, with like less Paragon upgrades, Riketsi hit 106 billion damage, and it was his top score. So for people, I think if you only have Natsu and no Athalia, I do believe this is the overall best comp. I'm going to show you a replay of it as well, but this is the lineup. Sorcery charms on the Natsu. Make sure he is in the Dragon King mode, the dark red mode, and then you have Smokey here as well, all with their standard charms with the harmonic spell. And on the team number 2, this is really interesting, running Coco on team number 2. Like basically you're maximizing your buffs with the Mikola and Smokey team 1, and then on team 2 you just have Coco for the protection, and just Odie and Elsa dealing their damage without any buffer with the Blade Summon Artifact, and they still do a lot of damage with this team number 2. So this is a really interesting strategy, honestly. So we're going to take a look at this replay because this was the first run I did of this setup, and we got 109 billion damage on the first run. And just to put things into perspective, the overall top team with Athalia, after doing like 10 almost runs of it, we got 109.8 billion. I don't even know exactly how much we got with this team because I didn't add up the two individual scores, but it's definitely less than 1 billion damage. And could even potentially be even less than that, maybe 500 million damage. And this is using no Athalia, which is amazing because I definitely thought Athalia would give a reasonable boost in Ravaged Realm compared to the no Athalia comms. But honestly, this is, when you watch this, you see why. The positioning is absolutely perfect. Shakir is buffing up every single hero on the team. That is maximizing his attack buff value, increasing his attack buff to all of his allies, increasing the damage output. It's just the perfect positioning, and that is the reason this is working so well. Yeah, I would assume it would also work with a plus 10 exclusive equipment of Shakir. Enough people haven't tested this comp yet because it has just really come out recently. But for me at least, it did amazing. Did really well. Way better than I was expecting. Yeah, I had no idea that a no Athalia comp could also get 109 billion damage, when my top of today is also 109 technically billion damage. 61.8 billion damage on team number 1. That is a crazy score. Okay, now we're going to be going over what was the previous week's overall top performing Athalia, basically pay to win team. It was this one, and today, this week, I got 109.4 billion damage with this team. So it is still a top performer, definitely, and I only did 2 runs of it, and we managed to hit that score and get a new record. Okay, but if you have no Athalia and you want to run a different version of a no Athalia comp with Natsu, you can run this team, but have Seth rather than the Athalia, and have Seth with the Mystic Charms are doing the best, apparently, for Seth in this comp. And then team number 2 is going to be the standard we've seen on a lot of the team number 2s, which is Odie, Smokey, and Elsa. I'm not going to watch a replay of it because my overall top score, I don't know for better or for worse, because I did many more runs of this other comp, which apparently is doing the best for most people. This is what got me 109.8 billion damage, but I did do more runs of it, so I can't actually say if this is definitively better, but from the testing people have done so far, multiple people are saying that this is a little bit better, but not by a huge amount. Okay, so this is going to be the team formation. This seems to be the optimal top pay to win team of today if you have Natsu and Athalia built. Both will be on the faction tiles. As for the charm, sorcery onto Natsu and the overloaded onto Athalia. And make sure that your Natsu has the Fire Dragon King, the dark red mode, Smokey up front, and team number 2 is going to be this team, Blade 7 Artifact, and having Mikola rather than Smokey. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the team number 1 and see the damage output here and think about why is this such a good team. Yeah, I think the thing is, whoa, so Natsu is not even in a position to be buffed up by the Shakir here. This seems really strange. Like, Shakir is not really buffing up many allies on your team. It's just the Athalia and Kruger but they're consistently going to remain into the Shakir's buff radius. But he's only buffing up 2 allies, so I don't know, but it is seeming to work. Okay, but like I said, yeah, we have done testing of it. It seems like this is the top team, but it is difficult to say. It is definitely difficult to say because the other one's a great option as well. I actually want to, more importantly, look at the team number 2 because that is a different lineup we haven't seen before, having Mikola there as a support rather than Smokey. We've seen Coco as a support, Mikola as a support, now is the first time we're seeing it, and Smokey generally has been the best support option for that team. Okay, so looking at the team number 1, now if you remember, the team number 1 of the Natsu and no Athalia comp, I believe that got like 61 billion damage, and now this Athalia and Natsu hybrid team is not even getting that high, 59.2 billion, but I guess the damage is going to be made up for in the team number 2, and it does make sense, because team number 2, this is going to be probably a higher damage, highest possible damage of a team number 2, because you're going to have Mikola buffing up, like, and Mikola will buff up your allies further than, for example, Smokey does, because not only is she going to get the attack buff value from this, she's also going to give the haste, more haste from her courage sphere. So you would think that that would end up being more damage overall. But the haste is not even reaching the Elsa. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Basically, this team or the other team, both are good. Both are getting top scores. It is still going to be undecided as of right now, which is the definitive, like, overall top team. Both are competing for the top ranks right now. So you can run either version and you can do testing. Like, if you're only testing both of them, you can do 10 runs of each and see which one does better. But like, I did a lot of testing of other teams as well, so I wasn't able to do a fair test of the 2 different teams. But definitely the fact that this team got 109.4 or 109.8 billion damage, that's really impressive, because I didn't even think I would be able to break 110 billion, but we're actually getting really close. And the reason I thought we wouldn't be able to break it is because we don't have max Paragon 4 account, and really the only people who are breaking 110 billion today, they have almost a full Paragon 4 account. Yeah. So that's why I thought we would be just a bit out of range, but seems like if I just refine like Elsa Charms, for example, for next week, we might be able to get it done. Okay, guys, there's just one final thing I want to mention, because I know this team, even though I got a bad score when I did 102 billion damage, that's not impressive at all, especially for a Natsu team. I do want to share it because this was the best performing team for a player who had a Supreme Natsu, not even Supreme Plus, and he had a plus 10 exclusive recruitment of Shakir. So I don't know, maybe this can help someone out there. Maybe this can be an option to try. This is basically the team formation. with Team 1, Team number 2 is a standard, and it worked for like basically that lower Ascension build that he had. So definitely you could give it a try, but yeah, from my testing, it didn't seem too great. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.